Hey, it's good to see you today on Barlow BBQ. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to smoke some pork steaks on the pit barrel cooker, and we're going to do our best to try to get those fork tender. So alright y'all, this should be a really easy cook. Stick around, let's get started. Alright y'all, I've got the charcoal going right here for the pit barrel, and that's almost ready. So what we got to do right now is take a look at our pork steaks. We got some rub to put on those, and then those will be ready for the smoker. So today we're using 3 pork steaks. They got a nice size to them. And I put together a homemade rub that goes great on pork. I'll have a recipe for it right down below in the description box, so you can give it a try. Once you got both sides coated in rub, let's go ahead and put those in the fridge until it's time to cook. And just like that, this charcoal is ready. It's been going now for about 20 minutes, so let's go ahead and get that on the pit barrel. And I'm going to drop a big old chunk of hickory wood for our smoke. Now let's go ahead and get these pork steaks on. And I'm just going to hang 2 of them. This third one just seemed a little bit too kind of skimpy in the middle. I didn't want to have it fall off the hook, so I'm just going to lay it across the grill. Let's get the other piece of rebar in, and we're good to go. Alright y'all, the plan from here on out is real simple. We're going to let these smoke for a good hour and a half, and then we're going to take them off, wrap them in some tin foil, put them back on the pit barrel, and let those cook until they hit the tenderness I'm looking for. So now that we're smoking, I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a little bourbon, and let's go ahead and put together that barbecue sauce we're going to use later on. So today we're going to make a spicy apple bourbon barbecue sauce, y'all. So you're going to start off, you want to put everything into a saucepan because we're going to put this on the stove in a little bit and let this all simmer together. But we're going to start off with some ketchup. That's going to be your base, and I'll have all the measurements for this recipe right down below in the description box. Just click show more. Now to the ketchup we're going to add some apple cider. Next up we've got some Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. Next up some maple syrup. Ooh yeah. Alright, now we got some cider vinegar. Next up we've got perhaps one of the most important ingredients. Here's a little bit of bourbon right here. Cheers. Here's some soy sauce. Add some black pepper. And in this bowl right here we've got a pinch of cinnamon, clove, some ginger, allspice, and cayenne for a little bit of heat with all that sweet. Let's give that a stir. Now we're going to take this inside, bring the sauce to a boil, then reduce the heat and let it simmer uncovered for about 30 minutes. Alright y'all, cheers!
Cheers!
Oh, hey, look who it is,
Hey.
everyone! Martha, glad you could join us today.
Me too. It smells great out here.
Oh yeah, it does. It's a beautiful day here in North Carolina. But listen up, it's been an hour since those pork steaks have been on the pit barrel cooker, so I want to check them out and see how they're doing. Let's take a look.
All right.
These pork steaks are looking awfully nice, y'all. I'm digging the color on all 3 of these. It's looking real good. Now the one thing I want to be sure of before we wrap is that dry rub we put on there earlier. I want to make sure that that has had time to set, okay? Right now it's kind of feeling a little pasty, and if you wrap it too soon, that's not going to allow that rub to set up into a nice hard crusty kind of bark. All right, so these need just a little bit more time, let's say another 30 minutes or so, and then we can check on that bark and see how it's doing. We'll see you soon. Hey, cheers y'all. Listen, these pork steaks have been smoking now for an hour and a half. What I want to do now is take these off, We're going to wrap those in some tin foil and then put them back on until they hit tenderness. All right, so let's go ahead and check these out, see how they're looking, and get them in some foil. Now let's go ahead and wrap these in a single layer of foil. And what wrapping does is it's going to help speed up that cooking time, and it's going to help tenderize the steaks. So this one's all set. Let's go ahead and get these back on the pit barrel, and we'll let them cook for another hour until they feel probe tender. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later on when they're ready. All right, so I'll see you all real soon. Well, folks, it's been an hour and a half since we wrapped these, put them back in the pit barrel, and right now I think it's time to check for tenderness. Now what I'm going to use is this toothpick right here. This is my thermometer. Now you may have noticed that I haven't used any thermometers in this video at all, and I just really don't need them for this cook. It's all about the tenderness and how the pork feels, okay? So let's go ahead and open up the pit barrel, unwrap the pork steaks, and check them out. So let's go ahead and check this middle one first. And here we go. Oh yeah, this is feeling actually really good. Check the edges too. Toothpick feels like it's going into soft butter. That means it's nice and tender. I'm calling this one done. This one is ready to come off the grill. Let's check this one back here. That's smelling good, y'all. Okay, handy dandy toothpick test. Yep, this one's feeling the same. Nice and tender. I think this is going to work too. All right, let's get this one off as well. And last but not least, let's see how steak number 3 checks out. Oh yeah, this is feeling good too. That toothpick test is the way to go, folks. All right, these are good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead, let's get them off the pit barrel, and it's time to slather them in some of that spicy apple bourbon barbecue sauce we made earlier. Does that sound good or what? And oh yeah, here comes some of that spicy apple bourbon barbecue sauce. Man, that's just a fun name to say. Y'all should really try this one out. I think it's going to be real good, y'all. So we're just going to slather all these pork steaks with that barbecue sauce, and then we'll see you in just a minute for a taste test. All right, folks, I'm excited to try this out. This looks so good.
So good.
As you can see, fork tender. Let's try it out.
This is going to be in the bright spot of this cloudy fall day.
Oh, wow.
Hey, sweetie, that's great. That's a keeper.
That's probably the best pork steaks I've done.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. The most tender I've done them, that's for sure.
You know it.
Folks, y'all need to try this one out. Really easy recipe, and we'll have everything right down below in the description box for you to follow right along with us if you want. But give this one a try. It's real good. And that barbecue sauce, what do you think about that?
Happy fall, y'all. I think that's great.
Happy fall, y'all. It's perfect. Perfect for that. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us today. We love you, and we're going to say until next time, smoke 'em if you got it.
That's right.
Bye-bye.